A very good afternoon to everyone. So, as all of us know, that today we are here to get to know about the latest changes in the CBSE sample paper for this academic year 2021-2022 for the term 2, right? So, in this webinar, we'll be talking about a lot of things. We'll be talking about the CBSE sample paper. Change is the only constant. The only thing constant in this globe is change. So you all know everything is moving. And because of the pandemic situation, COVID-19 has really brought a tremendous change in the education system as well. So because of which we have got our exams revised, the pattern has been revised, and to have a look at it in a very small brief. So we are here today, so I'll be telling you about the current syllabus as per CBSE, what all are the sections in the question paper. We are going to analyze the CBSE sample paper and we are going to discuss various type of questions. So to talk about, as all of you know, this is the first year that the class 12 has been divided into two terms, with approximately 50% of the syllabus in each of the term. The first term has already happened, which was in November, and that was a purely MCQ based question examination, right? So now term 2, we are expecting term 2 exams in March or April, probably not in March now because it's already February. So looking at the environment and whatever is conducive, so we are scheduling, and that is a purely subjective examination. If you have just had a look at the CBSE sample paper, so it is a purely subjective examination, and the paper will be online, offline. It will depend. Wave 3 has almost gone, hopefully, touch wood. So let's see how the things work out further. So exams will be offline or online, or in which month we cannot comment as of now. We cannot comment upon it. So let's see how it works out. So syllabus for second term is Unit 1, National Income and related aggregates. Unit 3, Determination of Income and Employment. This is from macro. Then we have Indian Economic Development, in which we have Unit 7. From Unit 7, there are only three chapters coming, that is employment, infrastructure, sustainable economic development, and then we have development experience of India, that is the Unit 8. If we go by Indian Eco, then these are Unit 2 and 3. But if we go aggregately, this is 1, 3, 7, and 8. So these are the only topics that are coming. So let us discuss the content of these topics a little bit in detail. So first we have is Unit 1, National Income. That is, what do you mean by macroeconomics, basic concepts in macro. So all the concepts like consumption goods, capital goods, intermediate goods, depreciation, investment, stock flows, all of the basic concepts are there. Then we have circular flow of income. That is a two-sector model. 3 and 4 sector has been deleted long back. So then we have methods of calculating national income, value added expenditure, and income method, all the three methods. Then we have all the aggregates that are related to NNP at FC, that is NNP, GNP, GDP, NDP at market price, at factor cost, everything. Then we have real and nominal GDP. Then we have GDP and welfare. I hope you know that the GDP and welfare is one of a very important topics that has really recently, like in past 4 5 years, this topic has really gained a lot of importance in the curriculum. So this is all about national income and related aggregates. Then we have determination of income and employment. In that we have aggregate demand, its component, MPC, APC, MPS, APS. So all the propensities, their relationship with multiplier, the mechanism of multiplier, short-run equilibrium output, full employment, involuntary unemployment, and all the types of unemployment process also. Then problems of excess demand, deficient demand, measures to correct them. So all the measures, fiscal and monetary, ranging from each and everything, is there in the syllabus. Then we have current challenges facing Indian economy. So I already told you, we have three chapters in this. The first is employment, that is growth and changes in workforce participation rate in formal and informal sector problem and policies. Then we have infrastructure, meaning and types, case studies, health problems and policies. And then we have sustainable economic development, meaning effects of economic development on resources and environment, including global warming. After that, we have Unit 8, that is Development Experience of India. So that is all the comparison of India with India, Pakistan, India, China, their growth, sectoral development, HDI indicators. So this is all about the syllabus. As one point is to be noted that the project work that has already been created by the students is only going to be evaluated in term 2. You're not supposed to ask the students to prepare another project. So the instruction for practical still remains the same. The marks weightage remains unchanged. The practicals will be held with the help of the external examination only if the pandemic is under control. Otherwise, the way in some schools last year, the practicals were already conducted with the help of external examiner with school presence, and in some cases, they were with virtual presence. So again, that will all depend upon how the pandemic allows us. Now, the very important question: what all are the sections of the question paper? So time allowed for the paper is 2 hours. That is exclusive of reading time. They'll be giving 15 minutes extra in addition to it for reading. Maximum marks, 40 marks paper. 40 marks has already been conducted. Now one more paper they have of 40 marks, that is in term 2. There's only one section in the paper. So there is no bifurcation between macro and Indian economy as such. It is whole soul mixed paper. It is a subjective paper containing 13 questions. So it will have 5 questions of 2 marks, 5 into 2, 10. 5 questions of 3 marks, 5 into 3, 15. 10 plus 15, 25. And 3 questions of 5 marks, that are again 15 marks. So 25 plus 15, 40 marks. This is how the division. So if you will see, there is a little change. Earlier, from so many years, we have been seeing that the economics paper used to have 4 variety of questions. That used to be 1, 3, 4, and 6. This year, instead of 6, we have 5, I'm sorry. Instead of 6 marks, we have 5 marker questions. Instead of 4 markers, we have 3 markers. And instead of 3 markers, we have 2 markers. So this is a change in this year pattern. The students have never gone through this kind of examinations, neither they're having content and answers for this kind of questions. So 2 marks questions are short type, are to be answered between 30 to 50 words. 3 markers between 50 to 80. 5 markers between 80 to 120. This question paper also had case or source based question with data based questions. Data based question and case studies students have already been doing. Data based are almost similar. There is a little bit change in case study based questions that we'll discuss eventually. Okay, there is no overall choice, but there are internal choices in question number 1, 2, and 4, which are of 2 marks. Question number 6, which is of 3 marks, and question number 12, which is of 5 marks. So there is an internal choice. Question 1 will have 2 parts. They can attempt either of them. Question 2 will also have 2 parts. Similarly with all the questions. So there is an internal choice between these 5 questions in the paper. Now, very important thing, analysis of the paper, the CBSE sample paper, which has been issued. So if we look at it step by step, one by one. So the first question that we have was from national income and related aggregates with the internal choice. As I told you, question number 1 was having internal choice. You can clearly see question 1, 2, 4, 6, and 12 are having internal choices, and there are 13 questions in total. So the first question was, there is a differentiation between final and intermediate good. That was a question based on the topic type of goods. Then there was a question on GDP as an index of welfare, that is positive externality versus negative externality. And that was a knowledge based question. This was the only question which was knowledge based from the whole paper. So you can see the level has risen a little. Then the second we have is determination of income employment. That was again with internal choice. So this was a numerical, either on equilibrium, either on multiplier. So numericals are totally application based questions. Then third question was again on income employment, and that was basically about consumption. That was an understanding based question.
Now, subscribe to Bright Duty course at ₹1 per day only. Download Bright Duty app from Play Store and get the online courses prepared by competent and experienced teachers for different education boards of classes 6 to 10. Bright Duty courses are available for the subjects of Math, Science, Social Science, English and Hindi in English and Hindi medium. Bright Duty follows three-step approach, that is learning, assessment and exam preparation. In learning, topic-wise video lectures with explanation of concepts and discussion of textbook examples and questions are available with the solutions. In assessment, topic-wise online MCQ test, practice assignments and chapter-wise question bank are available with the solutions. In exam preparation, previous year's question papers, sample papers and model test papers are available with the solutions. Sign up today on Bright Tuesday and avail your courses at affordable prices.
Then we have infrastructure or employment. There were two questions. The first part was from infrastructure. The second part was from employment. And that was a data-based question. We'll be discussing these questions also a little in detail wherever needed eventually. And this was an analysis based. Students are given some data and they're asked to analyze what are they able to make out of this data. What are they able to understand? What is this data trying to tell them? This is what they're supposed to analyze. Then we have infrastructure. That was the importance of infrastructure. Again, that was the understanding based question. Then we have national income with internal choice. Again, question number 6, I just told you, was with internal choice. So it was items. Okay, if we look at this part, items excluded or included in national income, basically this becomes three. If it's a 3-mark question, then there are 3 parts. So this is something which is having a part of 1 marks. So students are gonna have to pay attention to small concepts also. Then there was a numerical on nominal GDP, real GDP, which was again application-based question. Then we have infrastructure. Then we have a question on infrastructure, question number 7, which is again a data-based question. Data analysis on account of investment as infrastructure as a percentage of GDP. Again, in database question, basically they give a data and on that basis they ask a question and students are supposed to analyze it and write down what is their understanding out of it. Then we have a case study based question. This is what I told you. This is something new. As of now, students have been from past 1.5 years, students have been having a case study. They were having a paragraph to read and out of which they were supposed to answer 3 to 4 questions. This time they have given a case based on which students are having subjective questions, 3 marker, 2 subjective questions from the same chapter. So after the question number 7 ends, there is a case study. Students are supposed to read that and they're supposed to answer question number 8 and 9 based on that case, and both the questions are of 3 marks and there is no choice in this question with anything else. So in both of them, one was understanding based and one was analysis based. Then we have national income. Again, I just told you in the beginning only that GDP and welfare is a very important topic from past few years. So students are really supposed to understand the all just behind that topic properly. So that was non-monetary exchange. That was again an understanding based question. Then we have determination of income and employment. So that was a basic question, understanding based question on inflationary gap and measures to correct it. Then we have national income. Again, question number 12 was internal choice. And this question was having 2 parts. The first part, A part, was of 3 marks and B part was of 2 marks. Now, it is not mandatory that all the papers will be this only. But yes, we are expecting that the pattern will be followed as this. But still, you can tell the students it is not mandatory that they will have 3 plus 2 only. It might be a direct 5 marker question only, as in question number 11 it is. So it was a numerical plus understanding based question. So it was the application plus understanding based question. Then we have a 13th question. A part was on sustainable development and B part was on employment. So they were having strategies of sustainable development, casualization of workforce, understanding based question. If you want, I can again go to it and you can click a screenshot of these analysis so that you can share it with your students. So I'll just go back to the previous slide. Those who would like, they can have a screenshot of this uh, screen so that they can share the whole analysis with the students. I'm moving on to the next page now. This is the second one. Okay, those who have already clicked, very nice. But if in case somebody missed it, then you can go through it. This will really help you to talk to your students and give them understanding. We have a summary of this also. After this, we are having a small summary as well. Okay, I'm moving on to the next slide now. So those who want to make question papers for the exams and want to know what is the blueprint and how the Bloom taxonomy, what kind of questions to be taken from this is a small blueprint from you. And this will really help you in making that. So there are 3 analysis based question, there are 3 application based question, there are 7 understanding based and 1 knowledge based. There's only one question, that was question number 1, which was based on knowledge. Otherwise, they will make the students apply their brain a bit. Okay, so I am moving on to the next one now. Okay, this is one thing that I will share it with you. Again, you can click a screenshot of it. I know that majority of things that I'm gonna tell are already known to you and to the students, but still, whenever you tell the students the tips to go with while the exams are going on or before the preparation, like in February, if you'll tell them that if they're having the exams in March and or in April, then this really boosts up the students. So these are very small tricks that I would like to tell you. I can be like assured that majority of you are aware of everything, but still I'm just reiterating everything. So first thing to tell the students is read the questions very carefully with concentration. This is one big problem that students have in economics. After looking at the paper, they're very excited, they're very happy to see the paper, that we know everything. And it must have happened with majority of your students that when the exam came, they were very happy. And when they got the marks, they were very shocked. But what happened? What went wrong? So this is one problem the students do, that they do not read the question properly. Question is asking something and they answer something else. Not that they are not aware of the correct answer. It's just the interpretation is not right. So as a teacher, as a guide, as an author, whatever experience I have, this is one thing that I really, realized that students really need to focus on reading the question. So just tell your students in the 15 minutes of reading time, they should really read the questions very carefully. So underline or mark the main points in wherever there are case studies or whatever is needed. Try to understand the question properly. Again, the first 3 points are focusing on the one thing only, that understanding the question is very important before answering it. Then ask them to go through the CBSE sample paper with solution thoroughly. This will help them. Again, you can also give them the analysis that I've just given you, and this will really help them to familiarize with the pattern of the questions and methodologies of solving the question and instill a sense of confidence. Then go through the syllabus thoroughly and prepare the units accordingly. Numericals in national income, working of investment multiplier, determination of equilibrium, etc. are some important topics. You should always tell, although everyone knows, you should always tell some important topic to your students so that they, put a lot of focus on that. When somebody exactly tells them these are the important topics, then they definitely put a lot of attention on it. Then in eco, the concept clarity is essential. Develop an economic sense by learning various concepts in economics through thorough understanding. Attempt the question paper preferably in serial order. Ask them. This really puts a little impression. In the previous exam, it was a MCQ based question paper. So that was not required. It was an OMR sheet. So serial number was not required. But now ask them that if they can attempt, then they should try to attempt the paper in the serial order. Otherwise, whatever questions they are best aware of. Then numerical and national income accounting should be done vertically. Ask them to do it vertically so that it is very easy for them to do the addition and subtraction, and the chances of making mistake are less. Then a there is one question that we just discussed, that was national income accounting, what should be included, what should be not. So it could be true, false, what should be included, yes, no, something like that. So ask them to write the reasons properly for that. Writing yes and no will not fetch marks. Just let them know all these things. So again, you can click the screenshot of this as well. Would you like me to show the previous slide? Just let me show you the previous slide of the tips as well. So you can have a screenshot of it.
Now, subscribe to Bright Duty course at ₹1 per day only. Download Bright Duty app from Play Store and get the online courses prepared by competent and experienced teachers for different education boards of classes 6 to 10. Bright Duty courses are available for the subjects of Math, Science, Social Science, English and Hindi in English and Hindi medium. Bright Duty follows 3-step approach, that is learning, assessment and exam preparation. In learning, topic-wise video lectures with explanation of concepts and discussion of textbook examples and questions are available with the solutions. In assessment, topic-wise online MCQ test, practice assignments and chapter-wise question bank are available with the solutions. In exam preparation, previous year's question papers, sample papers and model test papers are available with the solutions. Sign up today on Bright Tuesday and avail your courses at affordable prices.
Okay, so there is a book launched by Goyal brothers Prakashan on this. Let me just stop sharing the screen and I will again present the book. I have already opened it. So I guess this link will be provided to you soon. So this book, I'll just tell you all the points that what all the book is having. You already have the link with you. So this is the book. Okay, let me tell you one by one what are the features of the book, and then we'll discuss the questions also from this. So the book is having the syllabus I just told you about. Then the first thing the book is having the small summary, which will really help the students at the time of preparation during the exam, during revision. After that, the book is having all the variety of questions. There are question bank as per the latest CBSE sample paper, 2 marks. Then you can say 3 marks, including numericals. And there are 5 markers. After the 5 markers, if you can see, there was the case study based question only on the chapter India, Pakistan and China. This book is having case study based question of each and every chapter. 3 markers. So there are multiple questions based on the same, which will really help the students to practice these variety of questions in each and every area for each and every unit. Then there is a CBSE sample paper question paper, which has been released by CBSE. So that is there for the students to go through. And then there are model test papers from them. So if you can see, it is exactly the replica of the CBSE sample paper. So I just told you, distinguish between consumer goods and capital goods. Then there are numericals. Then there is a question based on income determination. Then you can see, if you'll see question number 4, so there is a question based on data. So students have been given a data based on which they have to analyze this information. Then you can see the MTP, model test paper is exactly having the questions of the variety asked by CBSE. So I guess that's all from my side for today. Now, whatever questions you have, I would like to welcome those questions. So we have gone through the content, we have discussed about the paper pattern, we have discussed the syllabus in detail. Then we analyzed the paper, we discussed about the internal as well. I have just shown you a sample paper for CBSE, and there are many more, and there's everything for each and every paper. I have just given you some tips for the students which will really help them during the exam. So that's all for my end. So you can just write down your queries in the chat box. Hard copy of the question bank is available. Yes, Miss Nisha. Nisha ma'am, hard copy of the book is available. Mr. Jatin will guide you for the same, how to procure that.
Ma'am, hard copy is available at www.goyal-books.com. Also, you can, for samples, you can mail us on. I'm mentioning the mail ID on chat box. For samples.
Okay, analysis of sample paper. Okay, I'll just show it to you.
Write to us at jitin.d@goyal-books.com. Write with your complete name, number, and school name and address so that we know where to get those books delivered.
Yeah, for books, please write down. I want the hard copy. So Mr. Jitin has sent you the email ID, so you can just write down all your details. Is the sample book chargeable?
No, ma'am. For purchase, you can tell your students or you can visit www.
Yes, Mr.
Ma'am,
Rajesh.
one question is from Mr.
Yes.
Rajesh.
Yeah,
Sir,
I've
the
seen
same
that.
pattern will be forward.
Definitely, Mr. Rajesh. Whenever there is any change in 10th and 12th, we always follow the same things for 9th and 11th. That is for always. So if in case CBSE is gonna follow the this pattern next year also, so we prepare our students of class 11 for the same. So the patterns are always same. Can you please share the slide that you shared, please? Which slide, ma'am? Which slide you want me to share? I can go through it again. That is not an issue.
Can you share this? Yeah, we can share this PPT.
Achha, PPT, yeah, definitely. That would be the best thing.
Yeah,
we will share the PPT with you. So you can discuss this PPT with your students as well.
I'm sharing this on the ma'am chat box. Can you forward the PPT to me? I'll share it in the chat box.
Yeah, sure, Jitin. I'll just do that. Just give me a minute.
Any further questions? Anything we can clear? Anything or everything is cleared? You can write down your queries.
Thank you, Rohini. Thank you so much. I've shared the PPT with you.
I'm sharing on the chat box.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Jyotsna. Great, I could be of help to you. Thank you, everyone. So if in case you have any queries, you can write it down. For copies, for sample copies, please write down.
Yeah, ma'am, we have also shared your PPT here. You can download this PPT.
So you all can download. Jitin, do not exit the meeting because it will take a while for everyone to download the PPT. Just give them 1 minute, okay? Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Now, subscribe to Bright Duty course at ₹1 per day only. Download Bright Duty app from Play Store and get the online courses prepared by competent and experienced teachers for different education boards of classes 6 to 10. Bright Duty courses are available for the subjects of Math, Science, Social Science, English and Hindi in English and Hindi medium. Bright Duty follows 3-step approach, that is learning, assessment and exam preparation. In learning, topic-wise video lectures with explanation of concepts and discussion of textbook examples and questions are available with the solutions. In assessment, topic-wise online MCQ test, practice assignments and chapter-wise question bank are available with the solutions. In exam preparation, previous year's question papers, sample papers, and model test papers are available with the solutions. Sign up today on Bright Tutor and avail your courses at affordable prices.